Hey guys, how we doing? Welcome to another video of me, Crazy Skin Dog, and you will recognise the background here because we are once again at Castle Combe racing. Yeah, start of SRK Round 1, and yeah, new season 2024 SRK. Obviously, I won the prologue, so that was really good. Well, happy with that. So we will try our hardest to repeat that result. Obviously, it's a lot harder today. There is more drivers here. All of the top drivers obviously here. And now that the stakes ramp up a little bit, everybody is much more on it, shall we say. Not going to take as many risks, make many stupid moves. Everyone's going to be trying their absolute best to start the season on a high. We have a little run behind us for those psychos that don't want to go around a racetrack with an engine. But yeah, it's a bit cold today. Shouldn't rain from the forecast, but we all know how accurate those are. It is a bit cloudy. Tracks damping patches but drying up, very similar to the prologue, so definitely hoping that we can get another great result. Heats are looking pretty good, starting 3rd, 6th and 8th, I believe. 3rd, 4th and 8th, sorry. I think I can get a top 3 in all heats looking at the grids. I've got to be confident, and yeah, unfortunately we do have 4 SRK drivers in some of our videos, in some of our heats, so yeah, that's going to be a little bit frustrating to take points off each other, but there we go, that's how the draws go sometimes. But yeah, obviously very excited to start the season, very optimistic, so let's see what we can achieve and see how it goes. Okay, so here we are, heat 1, and yeah, it was actually 5 Swift Cooper drivers in this heat, so 5 of the 9 drivers are my fellow teammates. We see Jake right in front of me there, he's starting P2, so we're going to head on down. We're starting P3 to this one. Obviously I told to put my visor down there, get a bit of warmth in the tyres, work out what the cart's like. This was the very first heat of the afternoon as well, so yeah, hadn't seen anything yet from anybody. Got Henry Barrington in front of us there. We're feeling confident we can get a good result here. You always have an advantage starting on the odd side of the grid, and I think I can potentially catch up to Henry, but we will see how that goes as we wait for the light to go green. Waiting, there it is, away we go, and we get a poor start, and fourth tries to get across but no gap there, so we just stay on the inside, and now we're on the inside for the chicane, and this is going to be our corner, nice and easy. We give Jake a little bit of room mid-corner, but he's smart enough, he knows to just slot in behind there, otherwise you end up in the wall. But yeah, and then other than that, we're going to get our heads down and try and catch up to Henry. Each heat was 7 laps, so almost as long as a final in the Castle Combe Karting Championship rather than the usual 5 laps you see there. And there was 9 carts per heat, so it was absolute carnage potential. But luckily everyone in Swift Cooper is pretty clean drivers, so I wasn't expecting too much trouble in this one. And you can see the track is still a little bit damp in places. It wasn't really affecting the drive at all, it was still full dry line, flat out everywhere you went. You see Henry's gapped just a little bit here, we're just 3 or 4 kart lengths behind, but we're going to see where we can start catching up, if at all. Just get our heads down, try and not make any mistakes, and just consolidate this P2. Any heat where you make up positions is good, so starting 3rd, I'm happy with the 2nd place. Obviously I want that heat win. I was feeling confident before this that I'd have a chance, but Henry is maintaining this gap right now. We're not catching up too much, although I think he starts to make a few little mistakes on the bottom hairpin, and I do start to kind of catch a little bit. On the day, kart parity was something talked about a lot. There was kind of 3 really poor karts and 3 really good karts. See some yellow flags ahead, not sure what happened there, but by the time we get round they've been cleared, and no dramas there. But yeah, it's nice and clean so far. You guys have seen this a lot on this channel, just me driving around Castle Combe with no racing going on. I promise there is plenty of action coming later, but we will just jump ahead to the end of the heat because I just kind of maintained this gap right until the end and came home in P2 behind Henry. So a good start to the day, no dramas, no issues. We gained 1 place and got good solid points to start, so hopefully that will continue. Okay guys, so after a promising first heat, we start P4 in Heat 2. So yeah, we're really hoping for a good performance in this one. And yeah, as we go down to the grid here, I actually drew kart 15 in this one, which was one of the 3 rockets. So yeah, feeling good about this one. I was confident I could make 2 places up in this heat. Chance to pass an ollie from 4th are very slim. As we see, 3rd there is just lined up far too far forwards, but not been pulled back. Yeah, I thought I had a decent chance at 2nd in this one. So hopefully we can make that happen as we wait for the lights here. Waiting quite a while. Green, there we go, away we go, and there's just no way across. I always want to get onto that odd side, so we're going to try and cut back and switch up the inside of Thorn there, but Gabe is far too wise for that. We're going to follow Gabe through here because we know that the guy on the left there is probably going to lose out. Unfortunately for me, I do kind of bump him through, and then as I turn into the top corner here, I just get multiple big hits, get spun around, and just get launched into the barrier. Yeah, another round, another event that is ruined. As you see there, John waves the red flag, and it's going to be a full race restart. However, for some reason, in complete contradiction to every time that we've had a red flag on lap 1, rather than a full grid restart with me starting in 4th, I get bumped down to 8th, which is where I was after that incident. So not only do I get punted off into the barrier and nobody gets awarded a penalty, but I then also get awarded a 4th-place penalty by virtue of being forced to start from 8th rather than 4th. I'm not impressed with that, to be honest. It's not how things are normally done, and yeah, I wasn't even given an explanation as to why. So yeah, really not happy with that. I did bring it up with Sam Slayer, the driver liaison for the day, as an obvious error, but unfortunately it's not covered in the rulebook, so nothing came of that. But yeah, really not impressed with having to restart this race from P8, but got to get that out of my mind. Got a race to make as many places as I can, so I'm going to use that frustration as fuel and just drive as hard as I can. So that bit of a rant has taken up most of the restart. I got a poor restart, really. I made a couple of bad choices, made a very decisive move down the hill between the 2 left-handers at a point where you can't normally overtake. I committed early and hard to that, so I got back into P8 after dropping down to P9, but now it's just full-on recovery drive. As we can see, I've lost a bit of time to the guys ahead through those poor choices at the restart, but I'm frustrated, I'm angry at this point, and I'm channeling that to drive just as well as I can, and we can see I'm just reeling them in. It's just catching them continuously. I've caught up a good 2 kart lengths in that lap alone, and again then just through that 1 hairpin I've caught up a kart length and a half, and I'm right on their tail. So now I'm making another great move here. I know I am. I'm going to commit to it nice and early. There we go, up the inside, and unfortunately Bertie gets stuck on the apex there, but I'm going to stick in there. I nearly wiped Bertie out, but made sure I didn't take him out, but also kept the position. But again, it's just a little bit of misfortune in this heat, whereby I've made a good move up the inside and then someone else's instant has held me up. But we've made up 2 places, so we're up to P7, which is obviously terrible, but better than P9, I guess. And they're all battling ahead. They're all in a nice train right in front of us, so I'm fairly confident that there'll be opportunity coming up in the next lap or 2. Obviously this was only 6 laps rather than 7 laps after the red flag on lap 1. And yeah, we see Thorn defending really hard at the front of this train, really giving me some opportunity to latch onto the back, take the regular racing line up there on this occasion, and just try and set up something in a moment. So we'll see what can come. And I've just committed hard, and me and Bertie have gone side by side through there, and then we'll go side by side through there, and I've just managed to kind of squeeze him out a little bit. It was a very robust move. He's my teammate, so just a hand up there. I did say to him after, sorry if it was a bit tight, but he was all right with it. Yeah, that was very frustrating. To not only have the incident take me out, to then also be punished by the restart was just unacceptable. Yeah, I'm still mad about it now, days later. But yeah, got to put it behind us and get into heat 3. Okay, so heat 3, and now I start from P8 again, legit P8 this time. That was my starting position. So we've done it once with the fastest cart, and we got one of the 3 trash carts just to compound our day a little better. So yeah, this is going to be a real challenge, this one, but going to see what we can do. And yeah, we take a real aggressive right hand point, as we always do from these even sides. Green light, away we go, and we see 7th gets a bad start, and I'm just going to put my cart in between those 2. I'm getting over to the right like I always want to. I get a big old fucking shunt from behind, which pushes me wide. You see I shake my head like that. Yeah, that was just a dumb punt from behind, which completely ruined any chance of me making a move up the inside on Ben, following Aiden through. And yeah, another piece of contact. We see chaos ahead, and as I'm trying to line up the move, I get another big old pump from behind. Yeah, just poor driving. We see Ben make a move ahead there, and I'm going to take advantage of that from really far back. I'm going to follow him through and just get away from all that punting. But yeah, was very frustrating start to this race, because twice I was lined up to make a move and just got punted out of it. But we're gonna keep following Ben, and hopefully he'll start making some more moves. But as we see, this guy in front of Ben hasn't kept up with the pack in front, and that's kind of isolated us from them. But let's see what we can get going, and we're going to maintain this gap about a cart length or so, 2 cart lengths. So let's start to pull away a little bit up the hill. Guy in front goes defensive, Ben sends it up the inside. I'm sensing another opportunity coming. Ben's getting very eager to get past here, so then I managed to catch up as they battle each other a little bit. And we're just going to wait for Ben to make that move. There he goes again, same move as last time. I'm just going to do exactly the same thing, put myself up the inside on the chicane, hold my line, give them enough space to fit, but not enough space to overtake me up the inside, and we've made another place. Unfortunately now the front of the pack are probably a bit too far ahead, although they are battling, and Ben's probably too far ahead for me to have a battle with him, especially with the cart I've been drawn for this heat. But yeah, we've made up a few places this one at least, and then the punting I got at the start, I did have a chat with the driver after, and he did apologise, which is all you can ask, I guess, and just to not do it again. But actually watching it back, they were 2 vicious bumps. I thought maybe I was just in a bit of a bad mood and exaggerating it on the day, but no, those were 2 massive punts. But yeah, he did apologise, so yeah, fair play for having the balls to stand up and apologise for it. But yeah, hopefully we won't have that again. And as we see, Ben's made it up onto the back of the guys in front, and I'm hoping to get involved, but I'm just a little bit too far back, and can't capitalise on any of the chaos ahead, as we have a good old tussle. But now we've probably got one more lap to see if we can make at least one more. Maybe Ben will make a dive, and maybe someone will make a mistake ahead, but it's all pretty clean and tidy so far. Ben's looking at the inside. We see I'm just not keeping up with them. Cart 8 just wasn't great on the lower end, I don't think, but I made up enough places. 8th to 5th is acceptable at Combe, but combined with the 6th from heat 2, it's not great. And after the heats, a 2nd, a 5th and a 6th is going to put me 18th overall. Okay guys, so that is the heats done. Yeah, I was pretty happy with my personal performance today. Obviously that incident in the 2nd heat was very unfortunate. Got hit 3 times from behind going into the top corner, and then spun out after the apex in the same corner, stuck in the wall. Red flag did get called, which is a full race restart. Normally any first lap incident like that triggers a full race restart from grid positions, but they were slow getting the red flag out. There's no 2 ways about it, and some drivers crossed the start line, and for some reason the decision was that means we start from the positions we were in. So I start from 8th rather than 4th. I had a rocket of a cart as well, cart 15, probably the best cart here today. Was absolutely flying. As you saw, I drove like I was possessed on the restart, but couldn't make up too much. And yeah, that just hampered my chances of the day really, because a 2nd place was definitely on in that heat. I'm going to sound arrogant, but I think could have quite comfortably got second in that heat with that kart, and ultimately that's cost me a likely 8 points overall, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's 2 points per position, and there's 60 odd drivers here today, so everybody's so tight on points. And yeah, last heat though, I drove well, had what's been described as a trash kart, isn't that right, Freddie? Managed to pull as much as I could out of that. Probably could have got something else, but 8th to 5th was fine in that one. Yeah, made up positions, that's the important thing to do from P8. But those dropped points from that restart has dropped me from 5th on the grid. If I got those 8 points, I'd be 5th overall in the A final, with a great chance at a podium, being involved in the podium fight. And instead I'm starting the back of the B final in 18th, and as we know, there's not much chance to overtake here. Yeah, I should be 9th in that final though, so I'm on the inside at least. It's still dry currently, it's been threatening to rain, but yeah, just got to pick myself up and drive well, see what happens. Hopefully there'll be some incidents ahead, bit of chaos, bit of drama, plan for that or hope for that, and see where we can go. But yeah, certainly was hoping to have turned a corner for this year, and that kind of just always ending up being caught in incidents. Not necessarily my fault, I just need to find out how to not be in those incidents. Not sure if you got any ideas, drop them in the comments below. Let me know what I can do different to try and avoid getting hit so much. But yeah, two parts of that one heat went against me today, and this cost me big. But head down now. If we can get from the B final to the A final, that would be great. From the back of the B to the front, that would be great. Only one person progresses in SRK though here, so that's going to be a big ask, but we'll see how it goes. We'll race hard, see what happens. Okay then guys, here we go, B final. Yeah, there was a lot of big name casualties actually on this day. As you see, Sam Slater to my left there. A few big names only made the C final. But yeah, back of the B, obviously there's one person behind me that progressed from the C. Back of the B is just a case of recover what we can, see where we can get up to. Yeah, it's going to be a big ask. We are on the inside at least, so we should get up the inside of 8. But yeah, wait for the light, we're in position, green light, away we go, and we get a good start. We're going to stay right, and we're going to take that inside line. We're not going to cause any incident with the guys in front because we know how to brake. And yeah, we're going to go side by side through the chicane, but again we win that because we're on the inside on the right hand portion, and we see there's some potential action up ahead, so we're just going to follow Charlie here. We know Charlie's very fast. Actually, he gets a much better exit than me out there, and he sends it up the inside. I go to follow him, and we get side by side here, but I just can't quite hang on to stay there. And then that cost me quite a bit of time getting caught up on that barrier. So you have to defend very hard up the inside there. That was a very late move by me, but managed to get it stopped and around the corner. But yeah, that little sequence has cost me a lot of time to the guys ahead. So yeah, we'll be looking to kind of get our head down, pull away from the guy behind, and see if we can't catch up to these guys. As we see, there's a lot of battling going on ahead. So we're going to hopefully get part of that, and we see they're now going 3 wide, but we're just too far back to capitalise. Can we get up the inside of Charlie following this guy through here? Just can't quite get the drive. He's got a good line. I give him space because he's slightly ahead. He gives me space, and he ultimately wins out there, and we're potentially going to lose out up the outside, but we're going to follow Charlie up the inside because we know that the inside is king here, and then we're going to hold our inside line here, and we're just going to kind of block past there and maintain that position. So yeah, that was a little bit of Combe experience there of just knowing where to place the kart. We didn't get a good drive, but we placed the kart well so we could keep that position. But again, that has cost us a little bit of time. But again, head down, we'll try and catch up to Charlie in front again, and see what we can get going. But the laps are dwindling away very quickly at this point, and everybody's kind of spread out, and we're obviously all a similar pace by this point in the finals. But yeah, an okay B final, made up 2 places so far, and yeah, it's been a good race. At least I had some good battles in this one. There was no getting punted or anything crazy like that. And yeah, had a good battle as well with Ben behind. Had a good chat to him after. It was nice to see a new face, have a chat with a new face. and I believe he actually ended up taking the win in SRK2, so congratulations to him for that. Never an easy task to win your class, but yeah, I'm trying my best to be positive on the outcome. Disappointed with what could have been, but this will at least put me P16, which is still a decent result. I got to be happy with 16th out of 62 odd drivers. My personal best in SRK is 12th place, and I haven't finished inside the top 20 very often, so I think I've got to be happy. As we see some battling going on ahead, gives us half a chance to catch up and get involved, but there's the checkered flag. It all came a little bit too late, and that, as I say, will give us a P16 overall. My pace was fine. I was in about the top 10 fastest time, so I know I had the pace and the ability to have been in the mix in that A final. Just unfortunate instance and circumstances prevented that. Okay guys, so that was the final. Yeah, you joined me from the van studio for the last time today. This is not going to be my vehicle from now on for other reasons, but yeah, that was the final. Was what it was, right? I had a great battle. I'm not sure what the driver behind me's name was, sorry. Haven't looked at the results or anything yet, but I had an absolutely fantastic battle. Good respectful battle, and Charlie Summers in front as well. We had a good battle, so yeah, a fun final. Made up 2 places in the end, so 7th overall in the final, which puts me 16th overall. I mean, it shows how much I've come on since last year to be disappointed with 16th overall. I'd bitten your hand off last season for a 16th position in any event, but yeah, a frustrating one overall, mostly because that heat 2 just shafted my results. But it is what it is. We'll take it, and if it's one of my drop rounds later in the year, then it means I've had a great year. So yeah, trying to stay optimistic. We'll see how it goes. Round 2 is Brighton. Nice big open track, a track I really enjoy. So yeah, really looking forward to that next month. And yeah, I haven't got too much more to say on this. I've probably covered all of it in the races before. And I don't want to just moan too much, but yeah, disappointing day. SRK Round 1 at Combe. It is what it is, a bit of a lottery. Sometimes it goes wrong, and sometimes it goes right. It went right for me in the prologue. It went wrong for me, or not as right for me today, unfortunately. But positives I can take away is I had decent pace, I had good racecraft, and I'm happy with how I drove. So yeah, hopefully take that on into the next rounds in the season, and yeah, hope for a good one in Brighton. So we'll see you for that one in a month or so's time. Thanks for watching the video. Do all the good stuff, the liking and subscribing. Any advice or comments you got, let me know. And yeah, I hope I didn't whinge too much, not minge too much. Oh, someone's just on very bright lights. Yep, thank you very much. Catch you in the next one.